It's your boy Don Corleone, and I wanted to make this quick video talking about this Hamza guy. He's been trending, you know, in the whole self-help space, right? And like, I don't know, he's doing this new thing right now where he's telling people to like disagree with him or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? Might as well hop on this real quick. Gonna make this quick video on why I guess I disagree with Hamza, to be honest. Why I disagree. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, I really tried to find some stuff I disagreed with this guy, but I actually, you know, I think he's pretty valid. Like, I think the content that he makes is pretty valid, to be honest. Like, it makes sense, and he's not, like, you know, he basically promotes self-improvement, self-help, self-development, all that, right? I wanted to respond to his one video he made recently, which was, I actually thought it was very interesting. It was a video about like politics or whatever. His channel is not very political or anything like that, right? But I'm just like, you know, this is kind of a random video, but I was like, hey, let's just make this video. But like, I actually wanted to respond to his video about like how the past 2 years, you know, with COVID and everything, everybody's just been, you know, so focused on like the news and all this propaganda that they're pushing. I'll start with this. Honestly, like, I feel like when it comes to the news and the past 2 years with COVID, and like, I feel like it's, like, I agree with him when he's talking about how there's so much like fear that they try to push on people through the media, and they try to scare people with COVID and all this stuff, and they're just trying to, it's like the news, you notice there's never actually good news. It's always, the media is always pushing negativity. I think I agree with him when we have to disconnect from, like, I'm not saying like be totally, I guess I can say this is where I disagree with him. I'm not saying totally disconnect yourself from the media, because to an extent, like, it is important to know what's going on with the world, but at the same time, as long as you're doing your own research, right? You're doing your own research to find out the truth, not just being spoon-fed what the media is telling you, like actually going out and like finding out what's actually going on. Like, you're not just listening to, because a lot of the media is very twisted and it's very biased, and they're trying to get you to believe a certain agenda, right? Like, they really, like, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but like, they're really trying to, like, it's all biased, which is why you have to hear a story from multiple different sources in order to get the truth. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you have to get multiple sources to find the truth. For example, let me use COVID as an example, right? You can't just rely on what people are posting on Instagram and what the news is saying. You actually have to go out and like do your research, hop on a computer and actually research, like, okay, like, things about COVID-19, find out exactly what's going on, right? Because with that whole COVID-19 thing, there was so much like misinformation, right? And it was actually ironic because the people who were claiming to have the right information were the ones that actually didn't have the information. So that's why it's very important to actually do your own research when it comes to things, right? Like, people, it's so stupid, like how people like are just like it's just dumb. Like, people think like, oh, why would you do your own research? It's just, people are idiots nowadays. People are just so stupid, and it's like, bro, like, literally, I don't want to say stupid. I don't want to say stupid, but like, people are like, I don't know. They're willing to just being spoon-fed, whatever. They're not willing to do their own research, right? And they share Instagram posts on Instagram from like Wave and stuff. You didn't even read the full article. You don't even know what it's talking about, and you're sharing it anyway. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like actually doing your own research, right? That's what and that's one thing. That's one thing I'll say I'll disagree with on Hamza's photos. Like, I think you should be informed. You should just lock yourself away in a cave, away from social media. But at the same time, you shouldn't let social media and news outlets and politics consume your life, because eventually, I feel like you should have information, but also understand the different areas that this information comes from, like the different sides of the story. But at the same time, you shouldn't completely immerse yourself in like media and all this stuff, just like, you know, because at the end of the day, it's not good for your mental, because you're just going to be worrying and paranoid about every little thing in life, right? So I think there's that to it. That's where I agree with him. But at the same time, I'm not saying like lock yourself in a cave and never look at what's going on in the world or whatever. Like be a total outcast. I don't know. I'm really kind of torn between that because for it looked. I don't know. I think as long as, but I think that's what he meant though. I think that's what he meant. Like, so I guess we don't really have a disagreement. I think me and him are kind of on the same page when it comes to that politics stuff. Yeah. I also want to talk more about like how he also talked about in the video how people are so stuck on like the left and the right, and it's just like, bro, like with politics and stuff, like I feel like everybody is just either far left or far right, and it can be very toxic. It can be very toxic, bro. I'll link his video down below where he talked about this, but like I like his idea where he said you can't rely on like the government to come and save you and think, oh, like if these guys get voted in, we'll have a better life. Now, like you actually have to change your life yourself. Like government's gonna, like Trump's not coming to save you, Biden's not coming to save you, Trudeau's not coming to save you, and Kenny's not coming to save you. None of these guys are coming to save you. You know, at the end of the day, it's your life. Like you are responsible for it. And if you really want to see change, you're gonna have to, you know, get out of your own way. And I think that's I like that message that Hamza is giving up, is that like, you know, you can't rely on like the government to like save you, basically. And I actually agree with that. Because I think we rely too much on like the government. We think, oh, like once these guys are gonna get voted in, you know, like everything's gonna be good, like, you know what I mean? And it's this left versus right, when it's just like, bro, like forget all of that, bro. Like just need to open our minds, bro. Just need to open your mind to new ideas, hear different perspectives, hear what everybody has to say, and make a decision from there, and like just take responsibility for like your own life, and like not rely on the government to save you, and just like searching like other ways to improve your life is what I think that's the message that he's trying to say, right? Like not relying on the government to like come and save you. Like, you know what I mean? Like the only person that has control of your life is you. So why don't you just start taking control of it rather than letting the government take control of it for you? I think that's the message that he's trying to say. So I think me and him are pretty much on the same page, really. I feel like there's two sides to every story, man. And you gotta really just, I think that's basically the point I'm trying to make, is that you gotta be willing to look at all sides of a story. Look at every single side of the story, not just be biased. I think that's the message. It's not being biased on everything. You know what I mean? Like really trying to understand everybody's perspectives. Because if you're always biased, you're actually doing a disservice to yourself. If you're biased and you're only stuck in your own ways and it's always your way or the highway, you're actually doing yourself a disservice. Because then you're never gonna actually learn from like, you know, you're never actually gonna learn. You're doing yourself a disservice and people around you, because you're never actually gonna learn anything, which is hurting you. And you won't be able to teach other people things that you have learned, which is a disservice to everyone else around you, right? And yeah, to be honest, I don't want to make this video too long, but basically this is a video response to Hamza's video on, it says politics makes you depressed. And I think me and him are on the same page. I don't think I really disagree with him, right? I think we're on the same page when it comes to like getting like different sides of a story, but at the same time not letting social media and like news totally like, I don't know, disfigure the way you see the world and look at the world in like a negative light and all that stuff. But yeah, this is not my typical video, man. I just want to make this video response, you know what I'm saying? But yo, if you're new to the channel, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Podcast episodes coming soon. There's definitely more podcasts coming, more content coming. Right, just stay tuned, man. This summer, I want to really be trying to deliver more content, man. I'm really trying to be uploading a lot more. So yeah, stay tuned, and yeah, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe if you're new. And if you've been watching, you ain't subscribed, what are you doing, man? What's wrong with you, bro? You've been watching for this long. I've been on YouTube for at least like 2 years now, and you still ain't subscribed to my channel. Like, yo, you're kind of a fake follower, bro. Like, you're a fake subscriber. If you're not subscribed, you're actually fake. Like, if you don't subscribe in the next 5 seconds, you're fake, bro. Like, you're actually fake. Like, you're actually fake if you haven't subscribed in the first 5 seconds, bro. Anyways, man, I didn't want to make this video too long.